Hi, man. I'm Logan. This is Stocks. He's coming all the way from his mom's house, so he should be very thankful that he was able to take the time, because we got a lot to get to, fellas, and I know we're gonna forget something. There's so much we can talk about in the world of gridiron gamers right now that it's pretty hot. So it's pretty exciting, but I know we'll probably forget something here and there. But you got to live with us. We don't get paid for this, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. You don't want to hate on us, man. We're gonna put the work in. We're gonna try to do our best here, and that's all we're gonna do, because we ain't professionals at like this, We're not at ESPN or nothing, so we're gonna kind of wing it and stuff. But we have fun. We're gonna start having some fun here now.
Yeah, this is where the fun begins. We got some huge trades on the docket. They were announced. There was some big upsets, big week one matchups that happened that were very exciting. And what else, Stocks? What else happened? Oh yeah, free agency. We had free agency since the last time we talked to you guys.
Free agency. Definitely with the trades and the free agency, these guys are already having an impact in these games. If you look at the stats, and I'll go over and break them down. And we were saying this a couple of weeks ago before the season started that, these players are going to come in and make a contribute to a team that's less, on paper, not that great.
Yep.
And they've come up with a W. I've been calling the Carolina Panthers deadly. And they beat Arizona 52-38. I'm calling them. This team is for real.
Yeah.
And the players they're setting up, the free agency he's gotten, it's exactly what I've been saying.
Yeah, he's a dangerous owner. That's for sure. Talking about Carolina, I think he traded D'Angelo Williams, and I think C.J. Spiller. Yeah, here it is. He traded C.J. Spiller. He got C.J. Spiller, a second-round draft pick, and a corner for D'Angelo Williams and a fourth-round draft pick.
That's a solid pickup because he has Jonathan Stewart. Last week, he out of 21 attempts, 159 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns.
Yep.
He knows what he's doing there. He did his homework, he did his math, and he kept the power back, and he's got the third down scat back, which is going to be deadly on screens, deadly on draws. That's a great pickup.
And let's not forget, CJ can catch out of the backfield quite well. He's actually, in real life, I think I heard a report just today that they're thinking about moving him to wide receiver because they've had some injuries there. So CJ, in real life, is almost being converted to a wide receiver for the rest of the season if he's willing to do it. So that tells you how good of ball skills he has, and I'm sure EA, they saw that too, and he can catch out of the backfield.
Yeah, a Reggie Bush type,
Yeah. I should say the Bills is the team that gave up the corner in C.J. Spiller, obviously, if people didn't know. So he got D'Angelo Williams, and I think he squeaked out a victory this week, if I'm not mistaken.
Who's that?
The Bills.
No, the Bills ended up losing 21-17 versus KC.
Oh, yeah. I knew it was a close game.
Yeah.
So, do you want to talk about the biggest trade that everyone's been talking about? It's probably the hottest news.
Yeah, we could dive into this for 5 minutes because I definitely want to give my take. I want to hear your take and then spin it off because, it's big news. Go ahead.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, right? The Eagles and the Packers trade?
Yes.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. That's the hottest thing to hit the news players on gridiron.
Yeah, definitely. Can you give me the details? I don't have it right up in front of me.
It's the Eagles traded Sante Samuels, Chris Jenkins, their tight end Selleck, and a first-round draft pick and then the Packers sent Charles Woodson, Clay Matthews, Jamarcus Finley, and the second-round draft pick to the Eagles. Boy.
That's a big major trade. That's major as in shifting the whole team style in a different direction.
Yeah.
And if you miss on it, it could be deadly. It could be deadly to your season. It could be deadly to other players on your team because you have these core players that you have, and if you miss hit, you're going to be hurting. And honestly, I think the Eagles definitely made out on this trade.
Yeah,
beyond and far,
I think so too. Let's break this down in depth because, like I said, this is the biggest thing to hit hit the gridiron news. So let's just take Asante Samuel and Charles Woodson. Just those players alone, who would you take?
Charles Woodson is by far the superior player. He's the shutdown type corner. Just better all around. You could actually move Woodson to this safety, position. So yeah, by far.
See, I almost think Asante Samuel was the best one there, just because he's younger and I think he might last longer.
Mm-hmm.
But this is where I think we'll agree. Getting Chris Jenkins, and if you compare Chris Jenkins and Clay Matthews, there's no comparison.
No, there's no comparison. Clay Matthews, rated at 95, is by far one of the most superior pass rushers in this game this year. He has the possibility of going up at the end of this year. He could be in the 98 range. We don't know this, but with his A potential and you don't know how many sacks he's going to get this year. He could easily go off this year.
Yeah, I agree.
You can't compare the types.
No.
And you don't get a rusher like that too often. The only other guy is maybe Julius Peppers. No,
and Brent Selleck and Finley, I have to take Finley in that one-on-one matchup too.
Oh yeah. Finley is by far the superior beast. I mean, the height, the size, the strength, his catching ability. He's almost he's almost a wide receiver type.
Yeah, he is a wide receiver type. He's a new tight end in my mind. And I'm sorry, Manny. I think you lost out. Maybe you know what you're doing. This week wasn't representative of it, but you did have a lot of changeover and a lot of people to get used to. I'm sure you're going to be a kingpin in our division. There's no doubt about that. But on this one, I think you got the raw end of the deal, to be honest.
Yeah, looking at week one, as you look at the score, the Eagles played the Rams and they beat them, 28-23, the final. And I played up against Manny, and his team looked kind of new to me, and I went after those newness on his team, and I ended up beating him this week, which in a shocking win. So that goes to show you. I don't know if it's just a 1 week wonder or whatever, but the Eagles definitely exploited what Finley had 6 catches for 96 yards and a touchdown. You look on the other side, Woodson only had 1 tackle, but if you look against the Rams only passed the ball for 145 yards. So that just goes to show you that the Eagles are using these pieces, and my God, just looking at his roster, it's unbelievable. Clay Matthews had a sack. He's already had a sack week 1. 1 sack, 1 tackle. He's still got Lofa. I mean, Cromartie had an interception.
The only thing I worry about with the Eagles is re-signing a lot of those players, but
yes,
he's winning now, and someone's got to win now, and he's saying, hey, I'm taking the bull by the horns, and I'm going to win now, and I'm going to do it. And he's definitely got the best team. I don't know if he's played
on paper. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone can beat him on the way he plays and the way they play. If they can, but I don't think there's a team that can match up every one of his strengths. I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so and that trade, it would definitely is week 1. It looks like already it went towards the Eagles, but we'll come back to this at the end of the year or halfway through the year and talk about it again, because it's a shift move trade, and that's what it is. It's huge.
Yeah, it's almost so big that we can't really put a winner and a loser on it quite yet. I mean, it looks one-sided, but maybe Manny knows what he's doing. I mean, it's gonna take a few.
Exactly. We're not gonna count him out yet, but looking at it from afar, that's what it looks like as of right now.
Well, he did get a first-round draft pick, so maybe he has someone in mind that he really wants, and maybe he's got a linebacker there that he thinks is the next Clay Matthews, and if that's the case, then it might even itself out a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And like we had the interview with Manny before, and he said that he wanted to get younger, so maybe this is his strategy, which we can't knock his strategy. No. The guy's a smart guy. He's a past Super Bowl winner, so he's doing something. He's got something up his sleeve, and we're gonna find out what that is real soon.
Yeah, and he did say he wanted a defensive tackle, and obviously he got one in Chris Jenkins. So, Now, could you talk a little bit about your game? With it? I know you're a great player, so we can't dog Manny too much because Stocks really does know what he's talking about. He won't admit it, but Stocks really is a good player. So I don't put as much stock into, no point intended, into Manny losing particularly because he lost to a good opponent. Could you tell us a little about how that game went since you're here?
The game was a really weird game. It started off the first quarter. We both traded blows, and we just nobody moved. I mean, the defenses just stacked it. I mean, and then after that, it kind of ran away from Manny. Manny was, ended up giving me 6 picks. I mean,
yeah.
You give me 6 picks, or you give anybody 6 picks in this league, and they're going to come up with, you give anybody 6 picks, they're coming up with a W. That's the biggest thing in the game that I saw. I did run the ball well because I went after the Clay Matthews side. I wanted to see what he was going to do. And later on in the game, he sent a lot of blitzes, and he didn't get to me. And that's what's, caused me to say, maybe Matthews would have caught me, Yeah. I ended up rushing for 122 yards with Ingram. I mean, I don't know if I could have done that with Matthews in there and Woodson. So, I'm not going to take a lot away from the game. I know I beat a very good player, and he didn't play his best. So that definitely comes into play. I was very shocked. I was shocked.
Well, I did talk to Manny after the game. He said he played pretty bad, but you definitely earned the victory.
Yeah.
And I think it was more about him changing his team so quickly. I mean, that trade happened pretty quickly, and then we started like a week. And I know some owners have talked about this. There's just no way to play with the team once you've made trades and changes to your team. And that's one thing we hope maybe that's in Madden 13 is the ability to play with your online franchise team against people in your league. Maybe introduce that to the community or add some other feature because that would be nice. Because Manny had so much changeover, he just couldn't. I mean, there's no way to really see that team.
To get that feel of what his players are, how and they are reacting.
Right. And so he had to use this game as kind of his practice game. And I mean, you're a good opponent. You're no guy to practice against.
Yeah, and me and Manny know each other pretty well. We know our styles. We know what we're going to do, so we play each other a lot.
Yeah, I wonder if he's thinking about that trade after he lost to you. I'm sure he is.
Oh, yeah, but like you said, he's got something up his sleeve because he wouldn't just make this dramatic move for no reason. I don't think he would just do it just to get rid of, players. I think he has a game plan and he's going to stick to it.
I'm sure he does. I'm sure he's looked at the upcoming draft, and I'm sure he has his eye on probably 3 or 4 guys that he thinks are game changers. And I'm not going to discount Manny in any way because he does know what he's doing. He doesn't make dumb trades. So even though this one may seem a little suspect, it's not dumb by any means. I promise you that.
Exactly.
So we got about 2 minutes here, a 2-minute warning, so we can
all right.
We can talk about anything here. The last 2 minutes, I think we'll call them 2-minute warnings, and we'll just kind of go off the cuff, and we'll talk about whatever's on our mind.
Good close game. Pittsburgh Steelers 45, Baltimore Ravens 42.
Yep.
Roethlisberger only threw 4 out of 8 times for 62 yards. Flacco had 5 TDs. Pretty close game.
You do know why that Ben Roethlisberger only threw so little passes. I heard he was injured for the game.
Oh boy! See,
I heard he had to run with Charlie Batch. Do you see those stats for Charlie?
Really? No, I don't see those. Nope.
Oh, I thought he said he had to run with Charlie Batch. I could be mistaken, but I thought he said that Ben Roethlisberger was out for the game.
Oh, really? Okay.
Maybe they don't have the updated stats or whatever, but I'll have to check out that. But I heard that Ben Roethlisberger got injured, and he got lucky to only be out for a game.
Okay.
I will say that cart scares you, man. I seen that cart, and I thought, oh no. Sean Marion got on that cart, and I was like, oh no, his season's over with. Because when you saw that cart in 11, that meant your season was over. I mean, it
happened to my player too.
Yeah. Now they're wheeling the cart out for anything, man.
He just had a strain. I'm like, what the heck's going on here, man?
Yeah, man. It made my heart skip a beat, that's for sure. That's all I know too. He had a pulled muscle or something. He came back in the fourth.
Yeah. I just pulled up the injury report for the Steelers, and it shows nobody's injured for this week, so it must have been for the game.
Yeah, he said it was only a game injury, but
Okay, so
we're going to roll out another edition of this for sure because we got lots to talk about. See you soon, guys.